people in the Neolithic would clearly shove them out. Okay, so I'm inside the chambered tomb at Unstan, which is not far from the UNESCO World Heritage Site at the Maeshowe, which is probably about a kilometre that direction, something like that, towards the northeast. And this gives you an idea of what one of the style of burial mounds looked like from the Neolithic of Orkney. There's a particular type called a chambered cairn, which means that it was actually which means that the cairn was actually broken up into several chambers, such as these ones here. And within these chambers were placed the remains of the Neolithic farmers that lived in this area. Now, the chambered cairn here at Unstan is actually older than a lot of the work, a lot of the monuments are on the Maeshowe. It is about 5,300 years old, somewhere in that kind of ballpark figure, and was made of this fantastic dry stone material, similar to pretty much every other the ancient monuments for the Neolithic on Orkney. It was all dry stone masonry. There was no mortar involved in any of the construction work at all. In case you're wondering, the roof is a much more recent addition. Concrete protective roof over the top of it from the 1950s, I think, or the 60s, built to protect the site itself from further damage from the elements. I mean, this thing has stood here for over 5,000 years, but it does need a little bit of protection. So, yeah. It looks like that, although there were bodies placed in these tombs, and it's common for a lot of these sites, there is a side chamber to go with it. As is common for a lot of the Neolithic tombs, these were used for several hundred years and eventually sealed up and left. And it looks like the last burials that took place here were several hundred years after the first ones were placed in there. So, yeah, after that it was sealed up and became part of the landscape. Although it might indicate the special sacredness that the Neolithic peoples had for this particular part of Orkney, as it's one of the many. I mean, Maeshowe is most definitely the most famous one of the chambered cairns. Well, burial chambers. It's Maeshowe's a slightly different kind of burial mound, but just shows that the importance that the local people put in this particular area as a space for their dead. And obviously with the later works of the Sons of Stannis and the Ring of Brogga, all on the Ness, it obviously showed that this particular area, for whatever reason, had some sort of special significance, as so much of the material is concentrated here. The Neolithic people are obviously a little bit smaller than myself, as that is the route out, and it's got hands and knees. I did show film some video footage on the way out, on the way in, sorry. We'll see what it looks like on the way out. But yeah, that's Unstan Chambered Cairn, and it gives you an idea of what these burial mounds look like on the inside. And originally, this dry stone roof would have gone over the top, but that's since gone. Besides the bodies, they did find ceremonial arrowheads, broken pottery, the remains of what looked like food offerings for the dead, all within here. So yeah, that's the Unstan Chambered Cairn. Yeah. There we go. So now that we're out of the Chambered Cairn, you can actually see in this landscape what is the bulk of the World Heritage Site for the heart of Neolithic Orkney. And we've got the Ring of Brogger just over there behind me, the Nessa Brogger, got the Stones of Stannis, and over in the distance, you might just be able to make out is Maeshowe. So it just shows despite the relatively quiet nature of modern Orkney, it shows that this particular part of the islands was a hub of activity and had some sort of special significance for the local people that lived here at the end of the Neolithic.